Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Strategic Wealth Strategies podcast with our host, Alan Porter. Alan, what's going on, man? How are you?
Well, it's raining here in North Carolina, so no golf for me today.
Yeah, it's been raining in Dallas for a few days. I don't know. I guess it's raining everywhere. Who knows what's happening? But again, it's April. You know what that means? May flowers are coming. So let's go to our topic. And this one you said is really interesting because I haven't done a topic like this with you before.
Well, it's called, I labeled it accumulation. There's only a couple slides, but they're going to be very important. I call it accumulation versus lifetime income. Okay. Well, let me bring this up real quick here.
Okay.
And I will.
Accumulation versus lifetime.
There we go.
All right, great.
See it okay?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Well, accumulation versus lifetime income. I deal a lot with retired people, and when I talk to them about different products, they ask me, "Well, what's the rate of return on this? What's your accumulation?" I said, you need to understand something. It's not about accumulation. It's not about a rate of return in retirement. It's about distribution of assets. It's about guaranteed income in retirement. When I will show you here in this next slide, there's a huge amount of information I'm going to give everybody right here. But you're going to see the value of lifetime income over accumulation. Now, we've got this gentleman, okay? He's 62 years old. He's accumulated $800,000 in cash. Now, I did all the changes. I guess I didn't save them because there's a lot of errors in here. But I thought I corrected them, but I didn't. But anyway, income at 63. That's $40,365 a year. That's a 5.05% distribution rate.
Okay.
Now, the distribution rate, the safe distribution rate, the conventional financial planning would say for years and years and years was 4% to last until age 90. That's got a 25, 30% chance of failure. And that's only till 90. I have put my plans to go to 120. Excuse me. But here's the problem. That distribution rate to last till 90 by conventional financial planning is only 2.8%. And that's before taxes. So let's look at this. In the accumulation, you've got a growth account. It's fully liquid. You've got higher possible returns. You're fully tied to the stock market. But the problem is there are no guarantees. The other things, and things I couldn't listen here because there's too much information. If you go to a stock portfolio for your retirement, you have many risks in retirement, which I can eliminate. You have sequence of returns risk, which will decimate your retirement in probably the 7th or 8th year. And what that is, Neil, and I think we've gone over this before, but if you've got, when you go to retire, and if you have a downturn in the first 3 years before or after you retire, your retirement is going to be decimated. It's called sequence returns risk because you're taking money out of a depleting asset and you're not putting money back in. As compared to the last 3 years of a 10-year period. It also, longevity risk, which is a risk multiplier. Because the longer you live, the more risk you have. And it can't protect you from the number one fear in retirement, and that's running out of money before you run out of life. Now, I can recall 18 risks right off the top of my head in retirement, and I can protect you from most every one of them. But you can't do that with a stock market portfolio. Now, with a lifetime income, you're protected from negative returns. Your income is guaranteed for life. I have accounts that will go for inflation because they have increasing income. It's not fully liquid. You can get it out about 10% a year before you annuitize the contract, in case you need that money. It has lower rates of return. But guess what? You have a zero floor. You're never going to have a loss in the market because we use indexing strategies on these fixed and fixed indexed annuities and cash value life insurance. So you have a zero floor. You're not going to get the full gain unless you have an uncapped strategy. But here's what happens. Okay, in 20 years of the S&P 500, the total age at 81 would be $1,561,153. Okay, at 95, be $1,566,000, $66,053. But the problem, the account went to zero at age 82.
Oh
You
man.
run out of money. I can show you how to not run out of money. You may run out of assets, but you're never going to run out of income. So in a fixed indexed annuity that I sponsor with a mutual company, which means they look out for the policyholders and not the stockholders, in a 10-year calendar look back, total at age 85, $2,240,388.
Mhm.
Total at 95, this is $5,352,000 and 48. $5,352,048. But here's the thing. They ran out of money in the accumulation account at age 79. But by
Mhm.
contract, you're guaranteed income for life.
Wow.
And I've got a inflation protector on this. So anytime the crediting strategy increases, guess what? Your income's going to increase also. It's absolutely huge. I apologize for these errors in I had it fixed one time, but I guess I didn't save it. But I'm getting old. I'm getting old.
Hey, that's just, again, you're showing it's no big deal because you're explaining the situation in an audio podcast. It doesn't matter, but you've explained it well in the PowerPoint so far. I mean, it's amazing to understand. You're saying with a fixed index annuity, instead of you're waiting on money that you run out of, you're never going to run out of money before you run out of life. Meaning the fact is, what happens if you run out of money? And what are you going to do if you're still living?
Well,
That's
it's like,
yeah.
it's just like I said before, some of these, you got $1 million in a stock portfolio at a 4% distribution rate, that's $40,000 a year. You'd only need $650,000 in this fixed indexed annuity to give you the same $40,000 a year, and that's guaranteed for life. You're not going to get that with a stock portfolio. And that means
No,
you have $350,000 left over that you can pay the taxes on it and other things, because it's not going to be $350,000 in taxes on that, but you can turn that into a Roth. You'll have
right.
no required minimum distribution, and it does not affect taxation or the means testing Medicare Part B, which will be in the thousands of dollars per year in your retirement. People need to know this. I mean, if you want to find out more about this, here's my email address right here, strategicwealth0 or you can always call me at 910-551-1046. I'm extremely busy. If I don't answer, just leave your name and number and I will get back with you, or email me. But it's important that you contact me. Somebody that's knowledgeable, somebody that thinks outside the box of what Wall Street and the financial planners at Edward Jones and Goldman Sachs think, that only deal in stocks and bonds. Because
Right.
there's a different world out there. I want to teach you to think outside the box.
When should you get that annuity, Alan? What age?
Well, I'd like to get annuities when around 50 or more. But I've had people get them when they're 40 years old because they don't like the risk of the market. But when you're 40 years old, you have time to get up and down these stock markets. But here's the thing. We've always talked about cash value life insurance. When you're young, put your money in cash value life insurance. Grows tax deferred, get distributions tax free, does not affect taxation, Social Security, protected from lawsuits, liens, and judgments, avoids probate, gives you tax free long term care options, which is absolutely huge. It's the greatest college funding vehicle out there, bar none. It beats the 529 plan all to pieces because you have no market risk. I've got a white paper that has 29 bullet points where I show where cash value life insurance is much safer and a better place for your money than a stock portfolio. My opinion, my passion, both professionally and personally, is protection of the family and protection of the assets. You know what's happened to my family. My son's 100% disabled. His wife died at 39 of pancreatic cancer, and my daughter's just recovered from 10 years of breast cancer. I'm very passionate about what I do. I want to help people. I want to show them how to reduce or eliminate both debt and taxes, provide them more spendable income, not only now, but in the future, and possibly set them up with a tax-free retirement. That's
Right.
one day.
It's great. It's great information, and it's great to know when you do these things, because if you go to the stock market, you could run out of money. You could end up risking so many things. Yet you can have some good years, but then there's going to be some bad years. And with another bank failing, as you saw that, Alan, right? More and more banks fail. Put your money in cash value life insurance and
I think
annuities
it's
where
about
it's safe.
85 of them on a chopping block right now. It's
All
crazy.
right, so you need to have a list of those, Alan, and have a update. What banks are going next, and are they being protected or not with the FDIC? What have you been hearing when they keep failing?
They can do that, but you know, when the first one went under Silicon Valley, they went way beyond the $250,000 from FDIC. They I guess what the people in the administration did, they got the money back for everybody there.
Right.
Well, that can't happen
Mhm.
because the FDIC is going to run out of money.
Right. All right. All right, Alan. Appreciate it. A great strategic wealth strategies, guys. Take care.